Yasu Malaka. Do you think dating apps will be around in the year 3000? In the year 3000. I miss Conan. In the year 3000. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, part 73.
Why are dating apps so difficult, Brandon? It's probably not just me lately, but dating seems entirely pointless. Even trying seems pointless. Use multiple different apps, even paid for one once, and I haven't had any luck. Might get a match once in a blue moon, then get ghosted about 4 days later. Honestly, the thought of putting an effort to use them now is just depressing as it gets me nowhere. Dating right now sucks. I'm a 34-year-old male, recently good health, well-paying job, and the women I'm attracted to seem to always be taken or uninterested. I'm doing things, therapy to work on myself, working out to become more attractive and healthy, trying to get back into activities I used to enjoy, but everything seems dull. I'm not excited about dating anyone. I feel sad almost all the time. I want kids, a soulmate, a lifetime friend, but I'm afraid of committing to something that will end up hurting us both. Tinder rant, 800 likes, exactly 8 matches, been ghosted or ignored all 8 times, and have 0 dates. TLDR, I want to be in love, but corporate America wants me to be sad.
Shut up. Just shut up. Don't blame America. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm Canadian. I know how fucked up America is, but I just the crime, the guns, the rigging the World Series. The point is just that's your first mistake, ladies and gentlemen. You can't blame anybody but yourself. And I get it. When you're in your 20s, it's everyone's fault. When you're in your 30s, you're kind of like, it might be my fault, but I'm not ready to quite take the blame. Once you hit 40, everything that happens to you, chances are, unless you're watching Game 7 in the World Series and you're a Toronto Blue Jays fan, everything is your fault. Okay? Just everything, you do in life is your fault. What this has to do with online dating? Well, I'm going to try to make a connection here. So, you chose to do online dating, okay? Nobody put a gun to your head. Nobody forced you to, go out there and actually, no, you know what? You didn't go out there. That's the whole point. That's the whole millennials, Gen Z. You guys are basically born into this. And realistically, and again, I'm not the perfect example of this, but you're still in school. You're still going to university. Look left, look right. Look, look ahead of you, look behind you. There's got to be somebody that wants to fuck you. It's got to be somebody out there. Will they, maybe they're mental, maybe they got a few extra pounds. Who cares? Okay? I always find, listen, as a side note, I always find that a lot of the chubbier women, okay, and I like curvy women anyway, okay? I could look like Brad Pitt. I still want to, I still like cushion for the pushing. But the point is, okay, they do end up, for the most part, they end up paying because you hear a lot of the stories, they go on the dates for free meals and shit. That's fucking bullshit, okay? Despite McDonald's, not doing so well, they're still gonna, have people go there and, actually, no, McDonald's is expensive, man. Like for $17, you get like shit food and like they don't fry their apple pies anymore because they bake them, so it tastes like shit. And point is, ladies and gentlemen, the frustration of online dating is nobody's fault but your own. You know why? Because you're doing it and you don't feel like going out. Now again, I know, I'm not one to talk. I'm sure my 3 fans would give me, a lot of shit as well. But at the same time, it's my fault. Of course it is. Whose fault is it that I'm on episode number 73? Not yours. Not my parents. Well, maybe a little. But, no, I'm just kidding. I love you, Mom and Dad. You guys are fucking nuts too. But, hey, Europeans, right? The point is, ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to go out there and find a date, you can, but you choose to use the apps. You choose to Bumble and Hinge and, OK Cupid, when it's fucking November, which, in many ways that makes no sense. But this is your fault. This is your fault and only your fault. Okay? But don't worry, I'm here. My 3 fans, I'm here. Okay, guys, I'm here for you. Don't worry. It's okay. And you can also be here to support me. Okay? Okay, let's do some selfless plugs, shall we? At the Malaka Podcast 416, that's the YouTube handle. The TikTok handle, that is at, assuming they don't shut me down for the 3rd time. But either way, you can find, just look up Malaka Podcast, you'll find me. But if you want to make it easier, at the Malaka Podcast 647 for TikTok. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a fan of Chuck Norris, as we all are, okay, do you think Chuck Norris would use online dating? Are you fucking crazy? My God, he pokes his head out the window. See the hot chicks he gets? Jesus Christ. Forget it. We've all seen the movies. Come on. Come on. He's got a clean shaved beard, mustache. It doesn't matter. And if you're a fan of Chuck Norris, go on YouTube, put in in bold caps, the Chuck Norris channel, and you will be absolutely satisfied. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, I like to read off some stories because, life as we know it, it's just, it's pointless. It really is. Especially if you do the online dating thing. I'm starting to think there's no meaning to life. I'm not saying I don't enjoy life. I really do. But at the same time, I don't know if you think you're going to go to heaven or hell after. I'm Canadian. Send me to hell. It's like sending me to Florida. Well, maybe not. Well, fuck, don't send me to Florida. But just somewhere like hot. I don't know, Tahiti or some shit. But point is, ladies and gentlemen, I like to read off some stories. Why not? Read off a few stories. Let's have some fun, huh? The one guy here, I played the video. He's reading stories off Reddit here. Reddit, Jesus Christ, oof. What a depressing place. It's like Sloan Kettering. But anyways, the point is, Google Sloan Kettering. You'll get the joke. It's a hospital. It's a whole thing. I don't know. I heard about it in Sopranos. The point is, let's just read some stories and let's see if we can make sense of this whole online dating thing, huh? Why not? So there's one girl I talked to, she actually messaged me first. She sent me a picture of me, because I always enjoy looking at myself, my God, talk about depression. God, you could at least give me hair till 60. But anyways, I don't know, every time I look at a picture of myself, it looks like, I don't know, Mr. Clean let himself go. But anyways, but I'm wearing a cool shirt. I'm wearing a shirt of Martin and Gina, who, I don't know, according to my friend, they don't get along in real life. And I don't know, you like to think, I would like to find my Gina to my Martin. Will it happen? I don't know. We're all, I don't know. I like to think of myself as light-skinned, but, whatever. The point is, she sends me that picture, and underneath it says, "You have good vibes." So, clearly she's never listened to the podcast. But yeah, I'm okay, sure, why not? And I go, "Thank you." And then I said, I wish you lived in the same country. LOL. Ladies and gentlemen, this happens all the time. You put local, and it'll give you, like, I live in, I'm not going to tell you where I live, fuck you. But in the city, listen, all the clues are there. If you hear the ambulance sirens, I don't know, you can put all the shit together. If you believe, well, I don't know. I can't believe it. There's literally, I think, a shooting or something gang-related just a couple streets where I live. I'm losing faith in Toronto, too. But where was it? The Coxwell and O'Connor there. I think it was at a gas station, which, gas prices today, I'm not surprised. But the point is, I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm in a little borough called East York. I'm not afraid to say that. It's where John Candy grew up. God bless that man. If you have not seen that documentary of John Candy, I Like Me, it's beautiful. I cried 4 times. I'm not even joking. I've cried more times than I have in this podcast for sure. But Good documentary. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I'm losing faith in Toronto, but I still love it. But the point is, a good little city, and you'd like to think if you put local, it'll give you local, but it doesn't. Sometimes it gives you, like fucking Ohio, and I hear Ohio's great, and I think that's where Chappelle lives, right? And you know, I like to meet someone in the same country. That'd be nice. You know, but then sometimes it's weird because then it says like the person doesn't live in the same country, but they're looking for someone in your city. Which is to me almost saying like, I don't live in your country, but I'm willing to scam you and then disappear out of your life after a few days. So that's just the vibe I get, but why not? I'm bored. Let's see what happens here. So then I said, oh, you do live in the same city, yeah, and then, I thought you lived in whatever, because again, this happens a few times too. Like it'll say one location, and like I did catch one woman, women, lots of women. Like they'll change the location on you, and you can tell it's there's some scamming going on there, so you got to watch out for that shit. I mean, I don't know, it's getting to a point where when you talk to someone, you got to just screenshot every fucking thing in their profile just so you can match it up later, to the cops. And then she said, no, I am from that place, but I live in Toronto, I'm like, okay, I know I read it wrong. Okay, so how's, how's the site treating you, is okay, sweet dreams. Okay, listen, some people just have, it's the English barrier. Maybe they don't know how they're coming across as rude. Maybe she is a bitch. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out. So, and then I just said, I tried to get a quick one in there, like, just okay. And as a joke, I said, like, I'm not going to bed. So she's like, I work early. Smiley face. Oh, okay, you're going to bed. Yes. Okay. Yep, you're going to bed. All right. That's cool. I'm still bored at this point, so I'm just like, yeah, your profile doesn't say much, I am shy. Sorry, So I'm like, okay, well, is there anything you can tell me about yourself? All right, let's try this again. What are you looking for dating-wise? I'm trying to get anything out of her at this point. Just, I mean, I don't know. I'm about to ask her for a passport here. And, she's like, she asked me my age. Oh, you're young. I'm like, okay, whatever. You're a few years younger than me, but I'm going to assume I'm taller, so I can, like if you need a can on the top fridge, I can, I can get it for you, Yeah, it's only like 3 years. Who cares, right? Is that a big deal? I don't think so. I think we can. I think we can work ourselves around that. We're still trying to figure out if she's in the same country, and again, I'm not getting a lot of things here, I don't think it's going well. And I just asked her like, straight up, like, do you ever answer the actual question? I mean, she's not answering like anything, and she's like, yes. I'm like, well, then go ahead. Of course she goes distant again. I'm like, and the dance continues. Wow. Just wow. And it says, we can chat. I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever you say. And then she says, on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp. So I go, oh, you actually did answer. And I'm like, no, on here. And then she gave me a number, and, she's like, I was busy. And it's just... Again, it feels like I'm talking to AI. You know what I mean? It's just, and I very well could be. So as soon as I hear like we can chat on WhatsApp, I'm like, this has to be a scam. Tons of scams on WhatsApp. This is what a lot of these fuckers do. They go on there and they try to lure people because they want to chat with the person offline, so nothing is like legally, wrong on the dating site. They try to lure them off there, maybe ask, Oh, I just lost my house. Oh, lost my job. Oh, yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. So again, every time I hear WhatsApp, I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but that's a red flag to me. So I'm out. That's it. And just for shits and gigs, I did text the number. I don't think I got anything back. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have to go with the probably the first assessment of saying that she actually did actually live in the country that she may or may not be from. You know what I mean? So that's just me. But again, what are you gonna do? But again, always ask questions. Ask, like even if they go mute, just ask them a bunch of stuff. Find out what the hell's going on in their life, and that's it. So always beware of the scam. That's what I'm trying to say. Ladies and gentlemen. And my God, if it's if it looks like a mirage, it probably is. So that's one person I talked to for a little bit, and then we exchanged numbers, started texting, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. And just start making some small talk here. I don't know why do you call your pet that? Just bullshit stuff. I don't know. It's going nowhere. But and then she's talking about I don't know. Maybe I should move in with my brother and save some money. And I don't know. This economy, sure, why not? Again, some of these talks just goes nowhere, and you shouldn't share that kind of information. I mean, I don't know you, and and then the next day she's like, yo, 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 hope your day is a gooder. And I go, a gooder? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you're a little silly. And then she's like, either you will get used to my weirdness, or annoyed with it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't predict the future, but I think we all know where this is going. And I did as a joke. I said, like, can it be both? And she's like, even shit, like even I get annoyed with myself, but at least I'm cute. So, all right, yeah, I don't know, and then I sent her a picture of Wednesday, the new show there with I forgot her name. I don't know. I think she was going on with the Weekend for a while there. She did that movie with him. I didn't like the movie. Listen, The Weekend, I love you, man. You're a good dude, but like I get it. You lost your voice for a bit, but I don't know. You got to find it, please. I mean, these the Idol, the Better Luck Tomorrow movie. No. This is no. We need your voice today. Just please, just like if you want to take some time, I'm joking around here, but in all honesty, if you want to take some time, just whatever, take some time. I don't know, fuck some more white girls, whatever. Just take your time, find your voice, and do some singing again, please. We don't. I get what you're doing, the whole kind of, Prince vibe thing there, the 80s and the Purple Rain, whatever, with these movies and shows, but mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Did you not learn anything from Will Smith's kid? Okay, you can't just jump into acting. Okay, you gotta, it takes time, man. I mean, come on, so take your time. If you want to do some little roles here and there, cool. But I mean, I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I mean, like a year from now, he could be nominated for an Oscar. So who knows? Which he did for singing. He did get an Oscar, or was a nomination for 50 Shades of Grey, sorry. Yeah, so whatever. Again, what does this have to do with online dating? Nothing. But the point is, I sent a picture of her blowing the horn there, in the Wednesday, and then she sends me a text like, I can relate to her at times. I'm like, I hear you. It's okay. Aw, there. Uh, you know, yeah. Is Wednesday goth? Is that what she's supposed to be, or I guess so, right? I mean, the whole whatever thing, and I don't know. The point is, this is what happens, folks. When you get trapped in like pointless conversations online, it's just your brain just whatever, you know. whatever. And then, I think I was trying to make a date with her, and then she disappeared, and she's like, say what now? And, I don't know. I'm just being condescending at this point. I'm like, yeah, have a good night, and you as well. Sorry, I'm distracted, getting laundry and some cleaning done since I wasn't here all day. Sleep well. Okay, I'm sure I will. But the point is, again, ladies and gentlemen, make something clear that what you're looking for. If you're distracted with life, I get it. It's cool, but keep in mind, the other people that you're talking to on the other end here. That's what we are. We're people. Okay. So again, if you're having a gloomy time trying to find a new place to live, and I don't know, folding underwear is a bitch. I get it. It's putting it away. It's the worst part of laundry. It's not like we're scrubbing our clothes at the I can guarantee you whoever owns that car still lives at home and their mom does their laundry. I would bet any fucking dollar on that. Or in my case, loony, which is what you got to be for online dating. Oh, boy, did I wrap that up well. Anyways, the point is, just know what the fuck you want in life, and just try to. Oh God, the conversations are just brutal on here. That's why people are, you have conversations with people online, they go fucking nowhere. Okay? You jerk off for a while, eventually you're gonna come. You're gonna get something in return. Okay? Again, could I've used a better example? Probably, but I'm a guy. Fuck it, frustrated. Fuck it. The point is, just try to put a little more effort into it. That's all. That's all I ask. That's it. But, sorry. I feel like 10% better. Now, I talked to someone else here. I want to do, because, I don't want to give up. Why should I give up? I'm not on Reddit yet. I should be. I'd probably get more attention for these stories. But the point is, talking to this one woman here, exchanged numbers, So, she's talking about how she wants to be a dental assistant or something, and then she she has a table. She uses it as a massage table, and so far this hits a lot of fantasies if you're a guy. I mean, so far this isn't bad. This isn't bad. But at the same time, I think she's talking about like seeing guys, like a lot of guys. Like I think she just got out of a bad marriage, and she's trying to just figure out like. It sounds like a lot of times when you talk to someone, you can tell if they have like a roster of people. It's almost like a Rolodex. And, if you're a millennial, I'll explain what a Rolodex is later. But if, a lot of people, you're like, okay, you know what, this person has this, but then it's this. And then, he's this, and, but he'll probably pay for dinner the first 3 dates. And, so they try to... basically, I got the feeling she's trying to figure out, like, what exactly does she want. She doesn't want to make the same mistake again. Or she's just, out in the wild right now, just having some fun, whatever. So, I even asked her, like, what happened in your last date? She said, I went on a date with him, but he just wasn't my type. I said, am I? She's like, depends. I go, how tall are you again? I'm... Which unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we do live in a heightened society. Which, by the way, I see a video online of this one guy. Like he's living the life here, and he asked a woman like, does whatever, like if like height matters to you with a guy, then weight should matter to us. And he just whips out a scale out of nowhere and just, hey, get on the scale. I don't want to, so it's a whole thing there. And I get it. It's a sense of we're all fucking idiots. We're all just trying to get power and people back. But I don't know. It's more of a young thing, I guess. When you get older, you don't care anymore. You just don't. You're just like, hey, if this person doesn't like me, cool. If this person likes me, cool. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But the point is, you want to go out there and see what's going on here. And for some reason, she's very obsessed with Pingu. Pingu? Pingu. Now, for those of you who don't know what Pengu is, my God, I just feel sorry for you. It's an old cartoon. Again, I thought that Pengu was French for a very long time. If you watch the cartoon, you think they're kind of speaking, Le Miserable or whatever. But no, they're just kind of talking gibberish. So, again, I don't know where I'm going with this, but again, she was very obsessed with this cartoon and penguins. And, I thought for a second that penguins kind of quack, but they don't. They make a weird kind of, I don't know, a weird sound, and it's not quacking, and but again, yeah. You hear that sound, ladies and gentlemen? This is what online dating will eventually lead to. It doesn't go anywhere, And again, she told me her whole story here, and I do feel bad for her, and I don't want to get into her whole thing here. She's been through a lot, but I could have probably responded better. She gave me a lot of details, and then like she said, well, why are you single? And I just said, oh, bad luck. It could have been better on my part, but again, the whole penguin situation, kind of threw me off, and she's into croquet or crochet or something. I don't. It just. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But she seemed like she was always busy, and I was kind of. I mean, if she did have a list of people, which I think she probably did, I think I'm pretty much at the bottom here. So, again, if a person doesn't really respond a lot to you, probably not interested. If they wish you a good morning, that's a good sign. Not too early though, because then it's kind of a turn off. Not gonna lie, but with me anyway, because I don't like mornings. I like to sleep in, and yeah, not thinking penguins. But point is, ladies and gentlemen, it's your fault. It's your fault if you're on these dating apps and not having a good time. More than likely it's your fault. I mean, you will meet some fucked up people for sure. People that are, they have to have their way, or obsessed with maybe someone who sounds like Morgan Freeman, who can, talk about penguins. He got $1 million for narrating that. That's a good job to have, ladies and gentlemen. A narrator. Just narrate life, Penguins. Do penguins date? I don't remember the movie. I just remember they laid an egg, and I think some shit happened to it, or I don't know. Eggs are very expensive. That's why people are buying chickens. And see, again, just the ranting of a Malaka who is just so tired, just physically, emotionally tired of online dating. But again, ladies and gentlemen, you could be this happy. But again, I can't stress this enough. You got to have patience to do the whole online dating thing. You got to have, you got to have the strength. You got to have the tenacity. You got to have a little bit of humor, tough skin. But, maybe you'll find somebody. Maybe you won't. Who knows? Who knows? I don't care. But, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this has been a pretty gooder representation of what the Malaka podcast is all about, and another, penguin-free episode. Not really. I mentioned penguin a bunch of times. Penguins can't fly, right? Yeah, non-flying. There we go. Non-fly. Yeah, they can slide though. Remember? Yeah, Mario, Zelda. Yeah. I'm gonna wrap this up. This has been a podcast of computer love, part 73. What the fuck is going on here?